What is up and welcome back, and in today's video we're going to do a review of different silent basketballs. And I do want to say out the start that I do see a point in maybe having one for your home because it does reduce the noise and also the damage if the ball bounces out of control. So there is a purpose to these, not just a gimmick, but in this review you can see if it's going to be worth your time and your money, and if you are going to like what these balls have to offer. So with that said, let's dive right in. Now, the material that all these are made, it is going to be a type of foam material. You can see the quality of them when I put them close to the camera when we're doing the review, but they are going to be very similar, but there are differences in quality, and we'll check all that out. Now, I do want to mention that the sizing, for example, this is going to be a regular basketball, right? This one right here is going to be a 7-inch foam ball, silent ball. You can see there's an obvious difference, okay? It's going to be very small compared to a regular size 7 basketball. Now, all the other ones are going to be around a 9.4 inch sizing. You can see this one right here is a 9.4, and it's pretty close to a regular basketball. And that goes the same with all the other ones, even including the InLab 2.0 ball. Okay, you can see very close in size all these with a regular basketball. Okay, so with that said, let's start out with the first one, and this one right here is going to be a $15 silent ball. The name brand for this one is going to be Buhoet. Hopefully I said that correctly. I'll put the name right there on the screen so you can actually see the spelling. This one right here is going to be 7 inches, $15, and I do like it for the price, especially if you have a small kiddo. This one's going to be very good for them because they have smaller hands, right? This might be a little bit difficult for them to dribble, maybe that, but I would recommend a 7-inch silent ball for maybe a 4 or 5 year old. I think it'd be perfect. And I do like this one. It does bounce adequately, right? Okay, I do like the feel of the foam, and here's a close-up so you can see the quality of it. You can see this is the foam type material. Okay, then right here has a dot. It's going to be where the material gets fused once they're done making the ball. Okay, so I do like that the dot is very small. Okay, so with all those details, the ball does spin very good. The wobble's not bad at all. Okay, and you can see that you can dribble with it. This being so small, since I am already an adult, you can see it's a little difficult to dribble because it's so small. So definitely, if you're an older player, pass up on a 7-inch silent ball or smaller. If you do have a kiddo, going to be perfect. Okay, $15 for this one. Now the next one is going to be, I found this one on Amazon as well, and it is going to be a generic brand. Now with this one, when I saw the price, only $20 compared to the other ones. The one's $20. This one right here was $43, and then $45, and then we'll get into the shipping. This one had free shipping, so $15 straight up, very good. This one, $20, also free shipping, so $20. I was trying to see if it would be worth it, right? You spend a little bit of money and you get good quality, but actually I was pretty disappointed. So you can see the quality of it. I'll give you a close-up. Look at that. Okay, looks kind of shriveled a little bit. The foam doesn't look as uniform. Give you a tour of it. Okay, let me find where the fused material is at right here. You can't really see it, so it also has a small circle right there once the material got fused. So this is nice that that area is small, but the downside is going to be that this ball actually arrived air vacuum sealed. What does that mean? It came really flat. You can see in the video when I opened it up, it started expanding. but it was really lopsided, okay? So I had to bounce this ball for a few weeks just to get it to bounce how it's bouncing right now. Yet, it still doesn't bounce perfect. You can see how it bounces off many times, okay? And that can throw you off. It can maybe move over, right? And maybe hit something. Now, with these foam balls, let me just also bring this up. They can knock things over, okay? I do remember seeing some videos where they were saying that they weren't gonna knock a glass over. I saw some advertising like that, but they definitely can knock a glass over. They can move objects. They can break something, but it's not gonna be as bad as a regular basketball, right? If you put this regular basketball right here, you can just see, look, it moves it, okay? Even this little tiny one also can move an object, okay? So have that in mind. You can play with the silent balls in certain areas, but just watch out you also don't have some glass or something of value, like a vase or maybe something that has sentimental value. They could still knock it over, knock something off the wall, okay? But definitely better than having a regular ball hit it, okay? So this right here, I'm going to say pass up if you can on something where the price seems too good to be true. I really was trying to help you guys out and see maybe I could find something that wasn't so pricey that can work out, but it's not going to be the perfect circle, so it is going to give you problems. I'm thinking it might even frustrate your kiddo if he's using a ball and it's not bouncing correctly. I know I hate that. Definitely with basketballs, and you can spin it, you can see how it wobbles a whole lot. Okay, so I'm still trying to take the lopsidedness out of this ball, and I even had the squisher like this when it first came out because it just looked like an oval. You can tell it's more like a circle now. So this is going to be a generic brand. It didn't have an actual name for it, it just said generic, 20 bucks, but I'll put the link on the description so you can find it and you can avoid it, or if you like it, you can buy it. This is how it bounces. One more time. So you can decide, okay? Now the next one is going to be this brand right here. It's going to be Wawawewa. And most likely it is going to come from China or some area from over there. And I do have to say, I do love this one a whole lot. I do like the feel of it and the weight. And we'll get into the weight towards the end. I'm going to weigh all of these for you. And this one right here, I do like how it bounces, very uniform, okay? The price tag for this one is going to be $43 US, and you also get free shipping on this one. So I was very happy when I picked this one up. Like I said, you have to be comfortable with a ball, especially if you're gonna have it indoors and you're gonna be spending a whole bunch of time with it. And you can see the close-up, how also it has right here where the ball was fused at the end of the process of making it. Very small circle. I do like seeing that because if it is a big circle, it might bounce uneven. You can see the foam material of it, and it does look like a basketball also. You can see right there the name of it, the branding. It does say on here the official silent basketball. I don't know if that's true because the InLab ball was all over the place, maybe sooner than this one, so I'm not 100% sure which one is going to be more official. But as you know, everybody, once a product is out and is hot, a lot of different companies are trying to make a similar product or something to stand out. So you just gotta look around and see what you can find that you're going to like, that is going to be worth, like I said, your time and money. This one I do recommend, okay? I recommend the green one, 7-inch for small kids. This one I do like a whole lot, bounces nicely. You can see that. You put this down. You can practice indoors. Practice your crossovers. So, very nice bounce, okay? And very soft to the touch, okay? Put that one to the side. Now we're gonna get to the InLab silent balls. Why do I have two? Because I actually, when I ordered this one, I was expecting something better than this right here. This one was $43 free shipping. The InLab ball was $45 US, and then for the shipping it was an extra $10. So with total and taxes, came out to around $60 US. Okay, so that right there, it is almost the price of a very quality basketball, right? You can buy a Jordan brand, or you can get almost an Evolution ball, right? You gotta spend a little bit more, an extra 15 bucks to get an Evolution basketball, and that's a very, very nice one for indoors, indoor court, not for inside your house, right? Now for $60 US, I was really expecting to find a silent ball that just blows my mind, right? Because it is somewhat pricey. Now this InLab ball, you can see right here the quality of it. Here's a close-up so you can see the foam material. Okay, but you do see right there where the ball was fused. That right there is very big size circle. Okay, and you would think when I got this one, I was expecting it to bounce very well, but it does have a little bit of wobble to it. Okay, it's not going to be as bad at this one because the one came vacuum sealed, shrink wrapped. Okay, this one right here, when you do bounce it, it does bounce good sometimes, and then once it hits the area that is fused, you see right there, it kind of bounced off to the side. It's a little bit uneven on the bounce. So that for me, I was disappointed in that. And I was telling myself, man, how can that be possible? 60 bucks InLab. They really are trying to make a nice brand out there. They have accomplished a lot. Big props to Devin, right? Influencing a lot of the young kids out there. So I was expecting something to be a little bit more quality. Now I told myself, hey, I know how all this kind of works, the process of it, right? When you do make something in a different country, you're trying to save money, or maybe in the US, it's getting made in the US, I don't know, and it's being produced, and you cannot control all the quality control issues, right? So this right here is a quality control issue in my opinion, because this one has a very small fused circle, this one as well, that one as well. Okay, and that right there, I mean, it's out of your hands. So I told myself, man, maybe this is a one-off. Do I know anybody else that has a silent ball? So I asked around some of the people that I train with if they have any kids that have a silent ball, and somebody told me, yeah, I actually bought it. So they said, hey, why are you asking? I told them, actually, I want to do a quality control check on another silent ball from InLab. So they let me take a look at the one they have, and he actually told me my kids, they actually weren't feeling this ball at all. Maybe they played with it 5 or 10 times, and I'll give you a close-up of what it looks like. You can see how it has a change in color in some areas. I'll keep rotating it. Also has that similar fuse circle. You can see right there the change in color. And that right there has to do with the temperature in which the ball is being made, right? You can see that in some areas maybe it got too hot or it was a little bit too cool. So the foam does feel different. Try to give you a more up and close. You can see right here is a little bit more smoother than right here. You feel it's a little bit more rougher. Okay, and I was talking to that parent, and I was telling him, hey, the ball that I have is pretty uniform all throughout. Okay, and when I saw the one that he provided InLab from the same webpage, he actually ordered a 1-day shipping, I believe, and he said, hey, it came pretty fast, so good service in that area. But just when I look at it, they do look very similar with how it's fused, right? Right there. Big sizable amount. And this one also has the same issue. It does wobble. Then you bounce it, you can feel it, that it wants to move in a different direction than where the ball is hitting. Okay. You see that? That was good. A little bit off. That was good. Right there on the second bounce, I felt it right there. It moved off in a different direction. So that's going to be the issue with the InLab ball, at least in these two situations. I'm not saying all the balls are going to come out like this, right? But definitely something to have in mind when you're ordering, okay? And also, there is no return, so how you receive the ball is how you're going to keep it. So definitely something to have in mind. But like I said, I do love the concept that Devin is trying to deliver, right? Great concept. It's not just a gimmick. Definitely you can use indoors, sound test, just hear it out. Not as loud as having a on carpet. Someone's trying to sleep and they are very sensitive. This is a more louder than this right here. The one I like. Okay. So there you have it. That's gonna be my opinion. All these have a great concept. Perfect for smaller kids. This one a no-go because lopsided. The material looks all wrinkly. I do love this one. I'm going to say this is the best one out of all of them. The Wawawewa. Okay. Now in the lab, love what they're doing over there. Just the quality control issue. I know it's not Devin's fault. It's more the manufacturer. If they can fix this for the next round of balls that are coming out, hey, if they just make this actual, like I talked about, where it's fused a lot smaller, then it's going to have a better balance. And I do like the feel of this one. This one came out good with the feel of it. The parent that let me borrow the ball they have, not so much, okay? This one's very uniform. Look at that. Feels or looks like the Wawawewa, okay? Very similar feel to that one, except this right here. It's a lot more smaller for this one. Let me find it right here. Hopefully you can see that. This one feels very soft, okay? This one has a little bit of a coating over it, okay? But this one feels very soft, okay? So before we close out this review, I do want to weigh all of these for you so you can have an idea. Now, a regular basketball is going to be around 22 ounces, okay? Gonna write these down as we go along real quick, okay? The 7-inch one, how much is this one going to weigh? 4.50 ounces, okay, 4.50 ounces. The off-brand one, 10.90 ounces, almost 11. The Wawawewa brand, 10 ounces. Hey, I do like the weight of this one. 13 ounces. That's nice weight right there. The InLab that the parent provided for me, 9.70 ounces. Okay, 9.70. Interesting. Okay. Like I said, I really try to make the reviews objective. This one going to be 11 ounces. Okay, right on, 11. Right there. Very solid with the weight, just as advertised for the one I received on the webpage. I do recall, I think it was 11 ounces. This one right here, if they only play with it 5 or 10 times, like the parent mentioned to me, and it weighs 9.70 ounces. So I can see why, right? It's more lighter. It's not 11 ounces. Okay. Very hard to, I couldn't tell you just about holding it. Talking about very few ounces right there. But definitely with this one, when you hold the 13, then the one that I bought, yeah, you can feel the difference right here. There's 2 ounces and 10 more, 2.10, and this one's so 13.10 ounces, and this one 11. So 2.10 more. Yeah, you can feel the difference in this case. But right here, we're only talking about 1.3 difference. Okay. Very slight difference. You can barely feel it. Barely feel there was a little bit more. Okay. But not that noticeable because the difference is a lot less. Okay. So there you have it. I'm going to, before ending this video, bounce the ball on the floor as well, right, on a harder surface, so you can see the loudness of it. And before I go, yeah, let me just do this. I think everybody probably can appreciate me bouncing on the carpet, the green one. Generic brand. The Wawawewa. Then InLab. As you can tell, they all sound, to my ear, all the same. Okay, they're foam silent balls. They're gonna bounce and sound pretty much the same, as long as the quality is there. Okay, and then a regular basketball makes a lot more noise and can destroy a lot of house property. Okay, so watch out with this one indoors in the home. And like I said, before I leave, I am going to bounce it on the floor so you can hear the sound quality of it. Okay, starting off with the real basketball. Dang, that's pretty loud, especially on a hard floor. Now I do want to say, when I did the test on the floor, I do like the bounce better on a hard surface instead of the carpet. Especially the InLab ball, it does have an improvement from the carpet to the actual hard floor. So that right there is going to be a plus for the InLab ball, which we talked about, the quality control issues on the floor does way better. So that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you got something out of it. I really try to be objective and give you a realistic view of how these silent balls are going to perform indoors. And like I said, it's not a gimmick. Definitely, I can see the usefulness indoors, and they can help you work on your handles, right? You saw, definitely you can work a few things out and get better. But definitely with this info, you can decide which silent basketball is going to be worth it for you, okay? So that's going to be it. And if you did like this info, please sub and like. I am a smaller channel, and every little bit helps a whole lot. We'll be back next time with more. Until then, peace and much love, basketball family.